Alright, let's now switch focus to the big international story that came in last night. These are pager blasts which were carried out in Lebanon, in which 9 people have lost their lives and more than 2,700 people have been injured. It's said that Israeli forces could be behind the pager blasts which have rocked Lebanon that targeted the Hezbollah camp. 9 people have died while more than 2,700 people have been injured. In fact, a statement that's now coming from the US distancing itself, saying that it had no prior information about these pager blasts that rocked Lebanon, targeting the Hezbollah camp, the visuals of which is on your screens. At least 8 people have been killed and more than 2,500 people have been injured in these pager blasts. So explosives that were planted in pagers that targeted the Hezbollah leaders in Lebanon in wake of the ongoing tensions between the Hezbollah and the Israeli forces. US, meanwhile, having distanced itself, says that it has absolutely no involvement in these pager blasts and that it had no prior information as well. Listening to that statement coming in from the US.
Again, I don't have any details to provide on the reports of the pager blast. I can tell you, to my knowledge, there's no U.S. involvement in this at all. Again, it's something that we're monitoring. Again, I don't have any details to provide on the reports of the pager blast. I can tell you, to my knowledge, there's no U.S. involvement in this at all. Again, it's something that we're monitoring.
All right, so there you heard the Pentagon saying that it has absolutely nothing to do with these pager blasts. In fact, this comes in wake of months-long tensions between Hezbollah and the Israeli forces, both targeting each other from across the border. So that statement that came in from the Pentagon saying that it has absolutely no knowledge. And that being said, tensions have escalated and the Hezbollah camp says that it will be retaliating and targeting the Israeli forces for the same. So these were hundreds of pagers that were apparently being used by the Hezbollah leaders that exploded. In fact, it's said that Israeli forces could very well behind these pager blasts that rocked Lebanon, targeting the Hezbollah camp. 9 people have lost their lives and more than 2,700 people have been injured. Hezbollah camp has vowed retaliation. Take a look at this report, which has the details of these blasts.
Hundreds of handheld pagers exploded simultaneously across Lebanon and in parts of Syria on Tuesday. At least 8 people have been killed and over 2,700 have been injured, including members of Hezbollah.
عدد الجرحى حوالي 2750 جريح، عدد الشهداء 8 شهداء، عدد العمليات أو الحالات الحرجة هو فوق 200 حالة حرجة أو عمليات. صار لهلا متقدم فوق 150 وحدة دم، والمستشفيات اللي شاركت باستقبال الجرحى لهلا تقريبا بيوصلوا لحوالي 100 مستشفى.
The explosion comes at a time when the situation is tense between Israel and Lebanon. Lebanese officials pointed fingers at Israel, while the Israeli military has declined to comment. Notably, Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah previously warned the members not to carry cell phones, saying that they could be used by Israel to track their movements and to carry out targeted strikes.
من عصر اليوم بدأت أعداد كبيرة من الجرحى بالتوافد على المستشفيات، وكانت هيدي الجرحى مصابة بشكل أساسي بانفجار بأجهزة اتصال بيجر كانت حاملتها. الأعداد اللي وصلت على الطوارئ كانت أعداد كتير كبيرة، وكان واضح انه هي بمختلف المناطق، لانه نحن شفنا انه في جرحى وصلوا على مستشفيات الضاحيه وبيروت، وكذلك كان عندنا جرحى بمنطقه الجنوب خاصه بصور وكذلك.
Lebanon's health ministry has called on all hospitals to be on high alert to take in emergency patients. The health ministry has also asked the health workers to avoid using wireless devices. According to the Lebanese Health Ministry, around 100 hospitals have so far received injured people in the wave of exploding pagers. Lebanese terror group Hezbollah and Israeli Defense Forces have been clashing for more than 11 months. against the backdrop of war between Israel and Palestinian terror group Hamas in the Gaza Strip. The clashes have killed hundreds in Lebanon and dozens in Israel and displaced tens of thousands on both sides of the border.